What MLOps require on top of DevOps and MLOps is that you have to have participants that are beyond tech, right? Non-techies have to be involved in these simulations of ideation, requirement gathering, designing, and of course development. And then once development is done, now they have to be able to audit. Why is that important? It's important because if you have non-techies, let's say, for example, business process owner, data owner, community of practice that are not necessarily coders and programmers or large language model experts, what they have to do is they have to give you those feedback, right? And that feedback loop is a whole conversations that we can have later on. But that's the idea of the Smart AI workshops community, is that in these workshops, you are able to articulate what it is that you know as a domain expert, business process owner, data owner, and then how it is that you need to communicate your requirements through AI, machine learning, or LLM, large language models, or Chat GPT related topics, right? Because at this point, you're not so comfortable speaking on these topics, but you just have to be, because that's the world that we're moving into. So let's talk about the known knowns and some of the known unknowns. But known unknown is something that we'll talk about, because based off of what you know, like if you're a domain expert, you might not know all these keywords here, but you can definitely look them up and say, well, I know enough, right? So those known knowns are still your known unknown. That's okay, because you're not in technological work. You don't work with software and DevOps and MLOps on a daily basis. What you are able to do is just look at this and say, yeah, that makes sense. That should be part of any program, because return on investment, scalability, integration, things like that should be just part of every day. So there's many ways to explain it, but the point is, these doesn't have to be all the things that you know. It's just that you probably will have some basic understanding of these topics. So artificial intelligence, machine learning, every time I bring it up, there's somebody in the room that will say, you know what? I know AI because I've heard it on the news. I don't know anything else about AI. And don't even tell me what machine learning is. Because when we do data analytics and data intelligence, which we have been doing for a very long time, machine learning is just a step beyond that, right? Because we do data analytics and data intelligence, and we've been doing it for decades and decades and decades at this point, machine learning just enables us to do more with it. And if you have machine learning as your, core stepping point to the AI, you are on the right track. But